Hello beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. This is Mira with Star Sisters Intuition. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night. And for today's reading, we are finding out what messages your higher self has for you. Of course, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you are watching this, it's going to apply for you. To do this reading, I've laid out 5 piles: pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4, and pile number 5. I'm gonna add the crystals and I'll be right back. And here we have the crystals. For pile number 1, we have a malachite piece. For pile number 2, we have a tree agate. For pile number 3, we have a selenite heart. For pile number 4, we have a rose quartz heart. And for pile number 5, we have a nephrite jade. Pick whichever pile number, or crystal is calling you most, and that's going to be your reading. Allow your intuition to guide you, as it's going to guide you to the correct pile. The timestamps will be listed below, and let's head into the readings. Hello pile 1, you've chosen the malachite. I'm going to keep your stone right here. I'm going to lay out your cards and I'll be right back. Hello pile 1, I've laid out your card. We have the soul star chakra, merging with the divine. So right off the bat, the message that I'm getting with this card is that your higher self is calling you at this time to connect with the etheric and infinite energies within yourself and around you. They want you to look beyond the norm and what is already known. So they want you to dig deeper, look beyond the surface level stuff. And what I'm really getting is that you have a lot of questions right now. Like, you're asking a lot of questions, whether you're asking other people or yourself. You're just asking a lot of questions, and some of those questions could be like searching for the deeper meaning in life, or wondering why your manifestations haven't actually come to you, like why you haven't been able to manifest what you desire. And in order to receive the answers, they want you to connect with them through meditation and build a strong connection to your inner light. What they're saying right now, pile number 1, is that you've been seeking answers externally, but in order to gain the answers and enlightenment that you're looking for externally, you have to look within yourself. I keep hearing that it's time to bridge the gap. So this could be bridging the gap between your physical and spiritual self, but take it as it applies, because obviously this is a general reading. The number 10 here is also sticking out to me and reminding me of the magician. And the magician has one hand towards the ether and one hand towards earth. And so it's like the whole symbolism behind that is that he's bringing the infinite energy of the universe down to the physical realm to manifest what he wants. And so what I get from your higher self is that they want you to do that as well. They want you to take hold of the infinite energies around you and bring that into the physical realm. Bring that to your physical self so you can gain the answers and clarity on what you're looking for. Now let's add your tarot cards. Okay, so the first card we have is the moon. And so again, just like I was getting, I feel like you're seeking answers, and I think you might also be exploring your fears. Maybe some of the answers that you're seeking have to do with your fears, and I just think you're trying to explore deeper and go deeper into yourself and learn more about yourself through whatever questions you're asking. The next card we have is strength. So yeah, you're definitely searching for something, searching for your inner strength, searching for answers to your questions, and searching for a way to overcome your situation. That's a message I just got. Regardless, I just see you asking questions about your situation and trying to figure out how you got into this situation in the first place and how you can get out of it now that you're in it. The next card we have is the Hanged Man, which fits so perfectly with this reading because the Hanged Man talks about taking a different perspective. Your higher self is asking you these, ask yourself the tough questions and seek those answers from within. The next card we have is the Queen of Cups. So yes, Your higher self is saying that they see you putting in the effort, pile number 1, to build strength in your emotions and intuition so you can get out of your current situation. That may be the answers that you're seeking as well, as like, how do I get out of this situation? And they're saying right now that you can get out of your situation by, again, connecting to your intuition, developing your intuition, and looking at things from a different perspective. And all of this is going to be not only helping you get out of your current situation, but also helping you to gain inner confidence. The next card we have is the King of Pentacles, which makes like perfect sense because we see that all of this is leading you to build confidence and strength in yourself, but also build a solid foundation for yourself and truly align all your chakras. The other message I'm getting is that there may be some doubt as to whether you can actually get yourself out of this situation and whether you have that strength within you to overcome your situation. But your higher self is telling you, yes, you do. You have that strength within you. You're like this King of Pentacles. You have that ability to get yourself out of this situation and to build that strong and secure foundation for yourself. Oh, I just got something else. Your self wants you to take out a piece of paper and write down your situation, whatever that situation might be, any questions that you have, questions you're seeking answers to, and then right next to that, write down the situation you want, your ideal situation. Flip the script is what I'm hearing. So then when you start to think about your situation, when any sort of thoughts about your situation come up, switch your perspective, the story you've written, to the ideal story that you've written. And by doing this little by little over time, it's going to compound to where now you'll be drawing in towards you the situation that you want and finding new ideas and new ways of overcoming your current situation. By doing this, your higher self is saying you'll be changing the trajectory of your life so much, like you won't even be able to recognize your life anymore. Wow, pile number 1. Your higher self is coming in strong. Like, they really want you to step away from this self-doubt and this fear of not being able to overcome your situation and step into your true power. Now let's take some messages from this deck, from your higher self. Any messages? Okay. Give with gratitude and grace, Turkey spirit. So another thing your higher self is asking you right now is to start a gratitude journal or a gratitude list and start to list out all the things that you're grateful for, however big or small they could be. It could literally just be having life or having time or whatever you are grateful for, finding things to be grateful for. And through finding things to be grateful for, you're going to change your life around, because I also just noticed that all the cards that you have are major arcana or court cards. So this is like going to be a huge transformation of your life just by being grateful for what you have and not viewing your situation as a problem, but rather viewing your situation as an opportunity for growth and building strength by changing your perspective. The next card we have is Skunk Spirit, Know Your Worth. And doesn't that just fit into everything we've been talking about? Yes, through these reflections and connection to your inner light and the ethereal energies around you, you're going to start coming into alignment with your values and seeing your true worth. So it no longer matters what your situation is, you still see yourself as worthy of everything that you want, worthy of enlightenment, worthy of ascension, worthy of your greatest desires. Now let's take one more card from pile number 1. A message for pile number... Yes, divine guidance. You are currently going to be receiving divine guidance as kind of also what we were getting, like starting to connect yourself, starting to meditate so you can receive the divine guidance that is coming your way. Now let's take few cards from this deck to get any last messages. Thank you. Wow, I've never seen this card in this deck before. It is so beautiful. It's like so captivating, and because it like instantly captured my attention, I think your higher self is also calling to tell you, like, wants to tell you that you capture people's attention right away. Like, this is like a side message, I guess, but you just light people up is what I'm hearing. Anyways, this card says where you need to be. Acknowledge how you are feeling. Have faith the universe will take care of a current concern by providing the best possible outcome for all involved. Wow, that is so wild. That fits this reading so well. I'm going to read it again because that is just so powerful. Acknowledge how you are feeling. You have to bring to attention how you're feeling. What are your emotions trying to tell you? And the only way to truly get to understand what your emotions are trying to tell you is by connecting to yourself, by doing that meditation and going inside. And again, like we were talking about, bridging the gap. Then it says, have faith. The universe will take care of a current concern by providing the best possible outcome for all involved. Yes, whatever situation you're in, the answers that you are seeking, don't stress about it. The universe will provide the answers. Just learn to connect. Just open yourself up is what I'm hearing. Release yourself from your own like confines, because I feel like your thoughts and the way you see things right now are really keeping you stuck in that net. Like, it's binding you, but your higher self wants you to know that you need to remove those binds. Get out, cut that net, get out of that. And do that by connecting your energy points, by meditating and connecting to spirit and your higher self. And through all of that, by addressing your concerns and just switching your perspective. Now let's take a few more advice cards to end this reading off from your higher self. Forward. Thank you. We have idle. Take some time out to lie on the emerald grass. This is exactly what we've been talking about. Take some time out to meditate, to really connect with yourself, your inner self, and the spirit within you. Take time to look at things from a different perspective, and be very mindful of how you're using your idle hours. Are you just giving that time away and your power away to other things, other people? Social media is also a form of giving away your idle hours. Of course, we need that break sometimes, but right now your higher self is telling you, in order to get out of your current situation, be very mindful of where you're giving your energies away and how you're spending your idle hours. Are you spending it for yourself or other people? And then origins, remember your roots. And what I get with that is, try to look at the root of the problem and figure out where it's coming from. Where is this situation stemming from? Definitely the biggest message here is to meditate, connect your energy points, connect to spirit, your higher self, and to source, and really just sit in silence with your own thoughts and allow for that guidance to come to you. Pile number 1, thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. I loved your reading, and I'm hoping that you're able to heed the call from your higher self and really change the trajectory of your life. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when I upload. I'm sending you lots of love and light, pile number 1, and I'll catch you in another reading. Bye! Hello, pile 2, you've chosen the tree agate. I'm going to keep your crystal right here. I'm going to lay out your card and I'll be right back. Hello, pile 2, I've laid out your card. You have gracious receptivity. What I'm getting right off the bat by seeing this card is that your higher self at this time is asking you to open yourself up to receiving. This could be in the form of receiving love or help. It's going to vary because this is a general reading, but mostly I'm seeing love, But yeah, they want you to come into the mode of receiving and giving and finding a balance between the two. So you're not giving without receiving or vice versa. There seems to be a bit of closed off energy here as well. This closed offness may have come from a need to protect yourself from being hurt. But what your higher self is telling you right now is by doing this, you're actually hurting yourself more, because you're closing yourself off to any possibility and any chance of allowing that inner love to come out and to shine, and through which attracting that same love into your life, whether that's through friendships, through romantic relationships, other intimate relationships, or just in general, like events and things like that come along with that energy and frequency of love, because love is like the highest frequency. It's one of the highest frequencies. And so by closing yourself off to that, you're also closing doors that could otherwise be open to you. You may also have been hurt in the past, and because of that, like I said, you don't want to experience that hurt again, and so you close the doors off. But the thing is that while we may be hurt through loving others and loving ourselves, there's definitely a chance that we get hurt. But there's also a chance that through that hurt, we can learn something. We can learn something about ourselves. We can get to know ourselves on a deeper level. And also that love itself is such a beautiful like frequency and such a beautiful vibration. So even if there's a chance of getting hurt, it's almost like your higher self is asking you, are you willing to take that chance? Like, are you willing to let go of the ability to vibrate at the frequency of love just because of the slim chance that you may get hurt? And the other thing is, like, if you focus on that hurt, then you're just going to bring more of that into your life, because like the law of attraction, you're going to attract what you focus your energies onto. So if you're focusing on that hurt, that's what you're going to attract into your life. So right now, your higher self is telling you to open yourself up to receiving and giving love freely without expectations. And what do you want to focus on? Ask yourself what you want to focus on in your life in terms of like the energy that you're vibrating at. Right now, let's take your tarot cards. We have the Three of Cups. And so what I'm seeing with the Three of Cups is that you may be searching right now for deeper connections that you can enjoy, connections where you will have this reciprocal energy, and where you'll be able to give and receive love equally. You may also be reevaluating the connections in your life currently and seeing whether those connections are actually in alignment with who you wish to be and who you are becoming. And your higher self again is coming through to let you know that these connections can be had. You can find these connections and you will find them. It's just about, again, opening yourself up to receiving those connections, receiving that love, and giving that love freely and openly. The next card we have is the Six of Wands. And so with the Six of Wands here, I get that, again, like, you're looking for connection where you can truly be yourself and allow your inner light to shine, and where you're not afraid to be yourself or afraid of being judged, or like you're just looking for connections where you have no fear of judgment or any of that sort of stuff. You can truly be free to be who you are. You can celebrate these relationships and these connections, have fun in them, and just enjoy the relationships. The next card that we have is the Eight of Pentacles, which is so fitting because, again, like we were saying, your higher self is letting you know that yes, you're looking for these relationships and these connections and you're searching for them, And maybe you even have them in your life. But you really have to open yourself up to giving and receiving and being in that state of reciprocal loving energy, so that you can start to see more of this in your relationships. You can find these relationships, you can find these friendships. It's all about opening yourself up, opening yourself to, and not just opening yourself up to giving it, but opening yourself up to receiving it. You know, like a gate, when you open a gate, it's not like just an exit or just an entrance. Once you open a gate, it could be either way. It's what we apply to it, you know? So if we deem that open gate as an exit, then it's going to be an exit. Whereas if we deem it as an entrance, it's going to be an entrance. Or if we say that it's both, then it's going to be both, you know? So it just depends on how you're looking at things. The next card we have is the Two of Wands reversed. And so your higher self wants you to remain optimistic and open by striking a good balance between receiving and giving, so you can move towards finding and having the relationships that are most in alignment with you, and you're not just stuck. And the other thing I get is like we were saying, really deciding where you want to put your focus. Do you want to put your focus on being hurt? Because if you put your focus on that, you're going to get more of that. Whereas if you put your focus on the giving and receiving of the energy of love, then that's what's going to happen, and that's what's going to come into your life. So your higher self is really coming through really strongly. The next card we have is the Tower. And by doing this, you're going to be able to break that old foundation of possibly self-doubt, doubting your own worth. All of those things are going to be broken by you really opening yourself up to the energy of love. And this may mean that certain old relationships will fall out of your life to make room for relationships more in alignment with you now. I also feel like it's almost like your thoughts are going to shift, your mindset is going to shift to where now you're bringing your focus onto the energy of love and the beautiful things in your life. And of course you see what you don't want. Of course you can see what you don't want in your life, and the possibility of getting hurt. You can definitely see that, but are you focused on it? Because when you focus on it, it's like your predominant energy goes towards that way. Whereas when you just see it and become mindful of it, it's like it's there, you're mindful of it, you know what to do if it ever comes towards your path, but you're not giving all your energy towards it. So it's not the primary thing that keeps coming into your path, if that makes sense. Now let's take 2 cards, one more card from this deck to get any message from pile number 2's highest self. Can we get one more message? I'm feeling this one. Another message I'm getting strongly before I pick up your cards is that you may even have these really loving and amazing relationships in your life, but because you may not be open to receiving that love and giving that love, you may be closing yourself off to these relationships. So again, your higher self is calling you to become open to that and start to see in your life the relationships that you have that are in that high energy of love. Now let's take a look at your card. We have Sing Your Own Song, Canary Spirit. So yes, start to vibrate at your own frequency and attract those things that you want in your life by putting out those same vibrational frequencies. And the next card we have is Make Your Dreams Real. So your higher self is really coming through to be like a pile number 2. You want something, go and get it. You want these loving relationships, align yourself to them. Open yourself up, open your energies up to aligning yourself to what you want. Now let's take a couple more cards from this deck to see if Wisdom, yes, use your wisdom to help you. You have so much wisdom. Use your wisdom to help you open yourself up, to align yourself to whatever it is that you want, to become a perfect match vibrationally to the things that you want in your life. And I'm seeing this as relationships, but it could also be in terms of like materially what you want, the life you want to live. However this applies, your higher self is really telling you that now is the time to align yourself to that frequency. Let's get one more card from pile number 2's higher self on anything they'd like to add to this reading. Abundance. Yes, this is going to grow your abundance. Abundance in love, abundance in that energy of love. Your higher self is telling you to feel that abundant energy. Be in the mode of gratitude for that. Feel those feelings. You know, how is it going to make you feel? Feel abundant in love is the message I'm getting, and feel gratitude for the love that you have in your life. Okay, now let's take one more card from this deck on anything your higher self would like to add to this reading, any more advice or messages from your higher self. Okay, well, we have 2. 1 second. Right, so the cards we got was setting up parameters. Assess your relationships and determine how they are aligned with your goals. Setting boundaries requires an honest evaluation of your present relationships. This literally sums up the entire thing your higher self is trying to tell you right now. You need to establish a few boundaries in your relationships as well, and some boundaries with yourself. Healthy boundaries that still allow for that receptiveness in energies, that still allow you to give love and receive love, but without giving yourself away, if that makes sense. And relying on other people to give you love in order to feel that energy. The next card we have is shedding the old. So that fits perfectly with the Tower. Like your higher self is confirming the Tower card, where by heeding their advice and opening up to the energy of receiving and giving, you'll be able to shed the old relationships and bring in the relationships that are in alignment with you now. The next card we have is blend into the environment, and this is literally exactly what we were talking about, like matching your frequency to the frequency of the one that you want. If you want a certain life, match yourself to that frequency and you'll get that life. So applying that to relationships, if you want certain qualities in relationships, you need to align yourself to that and become an energetic match to the relationships you want. Now let's take a few last advice cards to end this reading off. Thank you. Wow, that is so interesting. This came out for the last pile too. If some of you are called to both, be sure you check it out. Idle hours. Take some time out to lie on the emerald grass. So I just feel like during this time, your higher self is telling you to really just take a step back and reevaluate. Do some assessing, do some deep reflections, some connecting with your inner self, and start to see things as they are. And I also hear spend your time wisely, because we also have wisdom here, but that's a message that I just got. Anyway, so the next thing we have is clearing, make room for growth. So this is so interesting because you have shedding the old, the Tower, and making room for growth. So the other thing that I'm getting, and your higher self is coming through strong with this is the time to reevaluate what doesn't serve you anymore and bring yourself to the energetic alignment of the things that you want and start to draw that into your life. Be open to receiving and giving. Open yourself up and set healthy boundaries. Pile number 2, this was such a beautiful reading. Thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. I hope you're able to do the work necessary to really evaluate your energetic frequency right now and how and where you would like to be and what you want in your life. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when I upload. I'm sending you lots of love and light, pile number 1, and I'll catch you in another reading. Bye. Hello, pile 3. You've chosen the Selenite Heart. I'm going to keep your crystal right here. I'm going to lay out your card and I'll be right back. So we have awakened awareness. And with this, I'm getting the idea that your higher self wants you to look beyond the veil and be open, honest, and truthful to yourself about something. There seems to be something happening in your life that you're just kind of scratching the surface with, and like you're just looking at the surface, and your higher self wants you to look deeper. Also, you maybe are looking for instant pleasure, but your higher self is saying that the instant pleasure is not going to satisfy you truly. Now let's take your tarot cards. We start off with Temperance, which is showing me that you are currently trying to balance and create moderation in your life, or finding moderation in the temptations of life. Basically, I'm getting that you are trying to balance seeking temporary fulfillment and also seeking lasting fulfillment. Trying to keep your feet in both ponds is what I'm hearing. For example, this could be trying to implement a daily flow while also just trying to take each day as it comes. The next card we have is the Two of Pentacles, and I'm getting a message of you being overwhelmed or feeling restless with this, because it's leaving you in a teeter-totter where you are finding it difficult to manage all your responsibilities and do all the things you want, which is slowly leading to burnout. Basically, I see you looking for ways to create balance and moderation without reaching burnout. And your higher self is saying to be honest with yourself on how you're feeling and look deeper than the surface to see what is causing this overwhelmed or restless feeling. Also, I'm getting a message of it's okay to take a break. So, take that as it applies. The next card we have is the Six of Swords. And so the message I get from your higher self is that they are guiding you right now. And though things may seem topsy-turvy or difficult to manage, all of this is to help you move towards what will truly fulfill you. Your higher self is saying that you are being taught how to navigate through tough situations to come into harmony. And in order for this to happen, you need to be honest with yourself on what you are seeking that doesn't actually fulfill you, and start moving towards things that bring you lasting fulfillment, even if they aren't instantaneous. The next card that we have is the Chariot, which is talking about making a decision. So your higher self is asking you to make a decision. Are you going to continue seeking fulfillment in temporary satisfaction, or are you willing to put in the work to seek lasting fulfillment? Your higher self is kind of nudging you to put in that work to seek that lasting fulfillment, but ultimately you have free will, and whatever choice you make, you'll finally be able to move forward and no longer feel overwhelmed by like the teeter-totter. But your higher self again is saying to be sure you take your time and look deeply into making this decision. Use your intuition to guide you in this. And be open and raw with yourself. And then once you make that decision, try to stick to it. The last card that we have is the Six of Cups. By making a decision, you'll finally find a sense of enjoyment and freedom again. Your higher self is saying by choosing to seek lasting fulfillment and committing to it, you'll be able to bring fun back into your life in a balanced way. This whole reading has literally been about balance and seeking balance through your intuition. And another message I'm getting with the Six of Cups is that you'll stop taking life so seriously. Like, of course, we need to be serious in life, but there should be a balance of fun and seriousness. Now let's take 2 cards from this deck to get any more messages from your higher self. What else does pile number 3's higher self want to add to this reading? Okay, and I'm also feeling this card right there. So you have Otter Spirit. You are never alone. And you know what's really interesting about the Otter Spirit is that it has a 42, which breaks down to a 6. And 6 is all about that, like, that energy of love and that energy of happiness and good times. And it's reminding me of this 6 of Cups right here, as well as the 6 of Swords. So your higher self is saying to look at which direction your heart is pulling you towards. And through this, you'll find harmony and balance in your life. And I also get that message of starting to move towards the harmony and balance. It's a very interesting message from your higher self. The next card we have is Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. And so yeah, your higher self is telling you to just allow Spirit to guide you where you need to go. Open yourself up to that and maybe don't allow for resistance. Now let's take 2 cards from this deck to see any more messages from pile number 3's higher self. One, actually, trust. Yes, that is super big. Your higher self is saying just trust in your ability to bring about true fulfillment in your life. And also what I'm getting is like trust in the universe that they're not going to just drop you because you want to enjoy the 3D reality. Like, there's nothing wrong with enjoying your 3D reality. There's nothing wrong with going out and having fun. You're not going to lose your spiritual connection just because you want to enjoy your life. So just trust in your inner self and be willing to listen so you can, again, make the best choice for you and strike the balance to find the things that truly bring you joy in your life. Now let's take any more messages from your higher self. I'm feeling this too. Alright, we have breakthrough to new dimensions. A new endeavor is on the horizon. Innovative energy wants to burst forth into your consciousness. So yes, new energy is trying to come in. It's trying to bring your awareness to new things, to open your eyes up. And in order to do that, your higher self is saying it's time to make that decision and start moving forward. You clearly want something more out of this life, so it's time to make that decision and reach for more. And this is a really beautiful card here. It's just amazing. It's actually reminding me, because this is a 25, which breaks down to a 7, and then the Chariot here is also a 7. So it's kind of reminding me of that, like you have a choice right now. Your higher self is calling you to make that choice. You either stay and continue doing what you've been doing and still feel that lack of fulfillment, or you do something new and change, make a change and break through to new heights. Bring that balance and be able to open your eye to see beyond while also enjoying your life. The next card we have is In the Light of the Moon. A full moon can shine light on what you have been resisting. This can be anything from your fears to your soul's beauty. Wow, pile number 3. Doesn't that just like fit this reading? Your higher self is calling you to pay attention to why you have been resisting making a decision. They're saying be open and honest and raw with yourself about why you're having this resistance. What do you fear about making this choice? What is your soul urging you to do? And I also get that, like, pay attention to the emotions that come during the full moon, like whenever you watch this, because this is obviously a timeless reading. I just love how both of these cards are breaking the surface of the water, and Temperance too is half in the water and half outside. So what I get from this is that, again, the message to break free by making your choice so you can breathe again. Pile 3, your higher self is giving a very clear message of making a choice in order to finally free your emotions. Now let's take a few last advice cards to end this reading off from your higher self. Okay, well, all of these wanted to come out, so we're just gonna go with it. You have joy. Spread seeds of joy like a wildflower, and no doubt you will revel in the result. That's exactly what I feel with the Six of Cups. Just bring that joy into your life. Spread those seeds of joy. Change. Falling leaves do not signify the end, but the beginning of a fruitful season. Oh my God. Pile number 3. Yes. Don't fear the change. Do not fear the change. It's okay. Like, your higher self is coming through so strong in this reading. They really want you to make that choice, to seek lasting fulfillment and put in the work necessary for that. And of course, this will cause change, but change is not a bad thing. Just like the card says, change is not only the end, but also the beginning of something new. It says light. Look to the space between the trees for answers. So find answers within you is what I'm getting with that. Bring yourself to the light. Open yourself up to the light of the universe and the energy of the universe. The next card we have is humility. Flowers are unaware of each other's beauty. They bloom regardless. So don't make the choice based on others or comparing to others. Do what feels right for you. Kindness. Take respite by a pond and be kind to yourself and others. So just take some time to enjoy life, and make the choice based on the energy of kindness for yourself. Let go. Enjoy the pulsing light and the firefly, but don't hold on too tight. So yes, like literally every single one of these advice cards came through to give the exact same advice we've been saying. Your higher self is saying, Pile 3, let go of the illusion of control and allow yourself to be open to being guided by your inner self and spirit to make this choice, and be sure it comes from your heart and your true calling and what will bring you lasting fulfillment. Pile number 3, your reading was so beautiful and it's such an interesting message. Thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when I upload. I'm sending you lots of love and light, Pile number 3, and I'll catch you in another reading. Bye. Hello, Pile 3. You've chosen the rose quartz heart. I'm going to keep your crystal right here. I'm going to lay out your card and I'll be right back. Hello, Pile 3. I've laid out your card. You have She of the Lotus. And so what I'm getting right now is your higher self, especially because you also have the rose quartz heart here, wants you to start working on self-acceptance, self-love, and truly taking a look at your triggers and any sensitive areas you may have and doing some shadow work. What this card represents is peeling back the layers of ourselves to get to our true essence. And with each layer that we peel back, we come to accept more and more of ourselves. So that's what your higher self is calling you towards right now, is acceptance. Learning to accept yourself for who you truly are through doing the work to peel back the layers and get to know yourself on a deeper level. I also get the feeling that it's time to bring your feminine side out a little bit more. Time to bring a little more balance in your feminine and masculine energies. And what I'm hearing is that your feminine side, your nurturing side, is going to help you in this way. Through bringing that balance, you'll be able to peel back the layers with your masculine side, and with your feminine side, nurture each layer, come to understand each layer, and really find healing in your past and your shadows. Find understanding and healing so that you can move forward. And the other message that I'm getting is to pay attention to your tears. When you cry, what is triggering you, or what is triggering that emotion? pay attention to that, because that is your higher self and spirit trying to show you what you need to work on, what layers you need to peel back. There's something there, a deep hurt, a deeper, more hidden thing that your higher self at this time wants you to peel back and really evaluate. You may also right now be wanting to like manifest something into your life, and you may be wondering why there's like challenges or roadblocks. Now, those challenges and roadblocks are trying to teach you how you can attain that thing in the most healthy and beneficial way. And in order to do that, you have to peel back the layers that you have built up over your lifetime. So yeah, big message from your higher self, pile number 4, is to peel back your layers and do the shadow work that's needed to come to healing yourself. Now let's take a look at your tarot cards. We have the 5 of Swords. So what I'm getting with the 5 of Swords is that currently you may be in a little bit of like a mental conflict or a conflict with others, but what I'm kind of getting is that you're in a mental conflict, and things like you have so many things going on in your mind right now. And the other thing I see here too is like from this being's mind, there's all these things coming out of it. So like there's just so much going on in your mind right now, and your higher self is here almost like patting you on the head to reassure you that it's okay. You know, we can do the inner work, we can do the shadow work to help gain clarity and find out what all of this is trying to show us and tell us. We can gain that clarity, we can clear those thoughts and clear those loud noises in our head, or those whisperings, like those constant whisperings. Like it doesn't even have to be loud noises, it could just be a constant like nagging or a constant set of like voices that is just like confusing you, conflicting you, just thoughts that are not serving you and that are keeping you conflicted and confused. Your higher self is coming through to show you that all of your thoughts have purpose. Each one of the thoughts that you're getting in your mind are part of those layers that we were talking about earlier, and it's just about peeling them back, really sitting down, evaluating them. And I'm getting something right now. Your higher self wants you to write down these thoughts. Write them down in your phone, on a piece of paper, however you write them down. Write them down so that you can like get them out of your mind and on paper. Then you can see them, you can evaluate them, you can understand them, and you can start to like dig deeper on each one of those thoughts and see where they're coming from. But if you just allow them to continue cluttering your mind, you're only going to be hurting yourself. You're only going to be causing more pain to your own self, and it's going to bring you down. Whereas if you get it out of your mind, put it down on paper, and then you can see it, you can work with it, you can understand where they may be coming from, where they may be stemming from, and then you can take steps to start peeling those layers back and doing that shadow work. It's going to tremendously benefit you is what I'm hearing. The next card we have is Justice being reversed. So yeah, that makes sense. Currently your mind, your thoughts are outweighing your ability to make a decision, to find that balance and tip the scales in your favor. Because currently what I'm getting is that, you know, your thoughts are keeping you from seeking the truth. In fact, they're just kind of looping you. The next card we have is the 8 of Swords, which is funny because I was talking about being trapped. So with the 8 of Swords, yes, I get that message really strong now. Your higher self wants you to really take this time to write out all the thoughts that you feel are trapping you, all the thoughts that are hurting you, causing you pain, all those thoughts. Your higher self wants you to write them all out. So that way you can then one by one go through and find the root of that thought. And that way you're going to be peeling back the layers and emptying your mind so you can gain some clarity. Because right now I feel like your mind is just so like cluttered and so like chaotic almost, that it's stopping you from seeking the truth and getting to the root of things. You know, like this justice card, or on this justice card, the scales are on top of what looks like a brain. So it's about bringing justice to your thoughts, finding and seeking that justice within your thoughts. And the biggest thing you can do right now, your higher self is coming through really strong with this. So pile number 4, get out that piece of paper, get your phone out, and start writing these thoughts down. Every time you have them, write them down. Even if you're out and about, just take a few seconds to quickly jot down that thought on your phone, and then you can transfer it to a piece of paper or just leave it on your phone. It doesn't matter. Your higher self really wants you to write these thoughts down. And it's really going to help you to gain that clarity, is what I'm hearing. The next card we have is the 9 of Swords, and the 9 of Wands, sorry. And it's really interesting that this card is coming out here, because this is also talking about being able to use your willpower and determination to continue growing. And so that's what your higher self wants you to know, is like through this peeling back of layers, you're going to be strengthening your willpower, and you're going to be like building inner strength and inner confidence. Also, because I keep getting like the need to burp, and then we also have 2 sword cards here. So what I kind of get from that is that maybe this also means speaking, communicating those things. Like if you feel you've been hurt, or there's been some like people in your life that aren't the best, it's about finding a healthy way to communicate that to those people so that you get the message across. And not just, and I'm getting something else. Your higher self is saying that you should not just contain your thoughts in your mind and never speak them out loud. Never reveal those thoughts to others. While it is good to have discernment and not just say everything that comes to your mind, it's also just as important to speak your mind and to communicate, because the other person is never going to know what you're thinking if you do not tell them how you're feeling and thinking. So it's really important to be able to communicate that in a healthy manner, so the other person understands where you're coming from and knows that, you know, what they are doing could potentially be causing you some pain, and so they can work to solve that issue. Either way, communication is key here. Opening up your throat chakra is really important, I feel like. The last card we have, or the last tarot card we have, is the 7 of Cups. And this just fits so perfectly, because literally what your higher self is telling you right now is, through this, you'll finally know where to place your energies, your time, and your emotions. You'll finally gain the clarity that you need, so you know where to go. And you can also start to peel back the layers of your emotions too, because it's almost like the layers are like in each of our parts. So our emotions, our mind, our thoughts, our feelings, which are a part of our emotions, all of those things have layers to it. And so it's about peeling back the layers in each one of those things. So I think that by peeling back the layers of your mind, starting to work on the thoughts that you have, you're going to start to gain clarity on your emotions as well. And you're going to finally figure out where you want to place your energies. In what direction do you want to go and move forward into? Like, this is your time to do this work, so you can gain the clarity that you want, so you can move forward and pursue the things that you want. Now let's take 2 cards to get any additional messages from your higher self on this reading. What else would your higher self like to add? I'm feeling this one. Surrender now. That makes so much sense. Surrender. In order to do that shadow work, in order to see these thoughts, in order to heal them, you have to surrender to them. Not surrender in the sense that you're going to allow them to control your emotions and spiral you, but rather surrender to the fact that these thoughts are occurring and that is okay, and you can heal them. Your past has happened and that is okay, and we can always heal that and move forward from that. Take the lessons that need to be learned and apply them to our present, and then thus applying them to our future as well. But let's not dwell on it, and rather let's accept that it's happened, understand the root of it, come to terms with it, and then move forward by taking the lessons that it's taught us. And through that, because moths are flying creatures, you'll gain so much freedom. You'll finally start to see the light. Wow, you finally start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Your higher self, pile number 4, is really coming through so strong in this reading. Anything else, pile number 4, higher self would like to add to this reading? Any other message? Thank you. Pig spirit, use your mind wisely. Yes, that's so interesting because you have the 5 of Swords here with Justice and then the 8 of Swords. So definitely start to use your mind to your benefit rather than being your detriment. Use your mind to see where you need to do this healing, where you need to do this shadow work, where you need to do this deeper reflections, rather than dwelling on the thoughts in your mind. Because your mind is an extremely powerful tool. It is so powerful. It can help you and propel you moving forward and to create the life that you want. It can help you to manifest all the things that you want. In conjunction with your emotions, you can basically be unstoppable. But it's about where you place your energies, what thoughts you allow to permeate your mind, what thoughts you dwell on, and how you deal with those thoughts. Because we cannot control the situations in our lives. All we can control is how we react to those situations and how we come to understand and move forward from them. Now let's take 2 cards from this deck on pile number 4s. Reading anything else pile number 4's higher self would like to add to this reading. Any more messages from pile number 4's higher self? Inspiration. I think through this you're going to be gaining a lot of inspiration, and we have new beginnings. This is leading you towards your new beginning, to a new era of mental strength, willpower, and determination, to be able to gain that clarity and to step forward and truly live the life you want in terms of mentally, physically, and emotionally. Now let's take one last message from this deck for pile number 4 from their higher self. What would pile number 4's higher self like to add to this reading? Feeling that one. We have unexplained wonder. 44 and 44. Wow. That's pretty crazy. So 8 and 44 are going to be really significant. I think your higher self, when you see 44 or 8, your higher self is going to be communicating with you. So pay attention to what's happening around you, what thoughts you're having, and what emotions you're feeling when you see this number. It says, magical blessings and miracles are occurring in your life. All your prayers are answered now. Wow, that's so beautiful. Pile number, and your pile number 4. Wow, that's pretty crazy. That is just so wild. So pile number 4, you are receiving everything you want. Your cups are finally getting fulfilled through this journey. Through peeling back the layers, your higher self is going to be helping you right now. They're really with you right now. They're going to be sending you so many messages and signs and synchronicities so that you can peel back these layers and start to work through your past and really step forward into a new beginning and a new beautiful future. Now I'm going to take this one too. Humility. Flowers are unaware of each other's beauty. They bloom regardless. Those idle hours, your higher self wants you to use it to peel back these layers and really evaluate your thoughts, your mind, and your emotions. Then we have adventure. Live wild and free. And through that, your higher self is saying you're going to be able to live wild and free. You're going to be able to accomplish those things and gain all that you want to manifest. All your prayers are answered. So you've definitely been praying for this, praying to gain that clarity, asking your guides, asking your higher self for guidance to show you how you can come out of this situation. And they're saying that this is how you come out of this situation. Peel back those layers, start to evaluate it, start to truly understand them, and so that way you can gain clarity and move forward. Pile number 4. This is such a beautiful reading. I really hope you heed your higher self's call. Thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when I upload. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another reading. Bye. Hello, pile 5. You've chosen the Nephrite Jade. I'm going to keep your stone right there. I'm going to lay out your card, and I'll be right back. Hello, pile 5. I've laid out your card. We have the Sacral Chakra, Core of Creation. So what I'm getting, because this card represents how we nourish and take care of our body, how we co-create with our body, our mind, and our soul. And so what I'm getting right now is your higher self is asking you to evaluate how you've been caring for your body. Have you been nourishing your body with the right foods, with the right health regimen? Have you been nourishing your mind with the right thoughts, and just how have you been taking care of yourself is really what your higher self wants to get through. Are you caring for yourself in the right way? Because our body is a temple, and it is necessary to care for it, to treat it like that. How are you treating yourself? Are you valuing yourself highly, or are you undervaluing yourself? Right now, your higher self is coming through to really ask you to evaluate how you value yourself, how you care for yourself, how you nourish yourself, how you treat yourself. If you bought $1,000 pair of Versace shoes, for example, you're going to probably take care of those shoes really, really well. So why don't we do that for ourselves? That's what your higher self is asking you, because you are priceless. All the external things around us have a price to it, but we are priceless. Our soul is priceless. Our bodies here are priceless. So your higher self is really coming through, pile number 5, to be like, care for your body, nourish your body, mind, and soul. Really come to see yourself as priceless, as an infinite being, and step into your true power and start to care for your core self, your true self. And because it's the sacral chakra, I'm also getting the message that your higher self wants you to work with your sacral chakra a little bit more. Take a look at your tarot cards. We have Judgment. And so with Judgment, what I'm actually getting is that you are starting to reflect on your past ways of treating yourself and just your past habits, and you're starting to accept the truth of how you treated yourself and how you may have mistreated yourself in the past. You're starting to see all of that right now, and you're starting to evaluate and starting to bring in things that are beneficial for you, things that do treat you right, you're starting to treat yourself right, is what I'm hearing with the Judgment card. And you're starting to let go of the things that are not treating you right. You're really doing the evaluation for that. The next card we have is the Page of Pentacles, which is so fitting here because it's like you're, through these evaluations, through this judgment period, you're starting to create new goals and new ideas of how you want to take care of yourself. Bring like a sense of newness into how you care for yourself, how you treat yourself, how you speak to yourself, how you think about yourself. I see you really starting to evaluate that and bring those things into reality. Like you're really starting to begin that journey and starting to plant the seeds of how you want to care for yourself moving forward, so that you are treating yourself in the highest, most best way possible. The next card we have is the Ten of Swords, which makes sense to me because your higher self is asking you right now to really do this transformation, to let go of the things that are causing you pains, let go of the thoughts that are causing you pains, the thoughts that don't allow your confidence to shine through, the thoughts that are like almost like self-defeating thoughts. I'm hearing that your higher self saying to release those self-defeating thoughts and just move out of that period. It's almost like do your reflections, because you are doing your reflections here. Continue to do that, but ultimately be sure to release it and truly step into the new beginning that you want, and bring about that new change. How do you want to treat yourself moving forward? How do you want to see yourself moving forward? You know, who do you want to become? Step into that. Step into your confidence and power. The next card that we have is the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this is so fitting because the Queen of Pentacles treats herself in the highest possible manner. She does not mistreat herself. And so your higher self is coming through to be like, do not mistreat yourself. Really evaluate where you've been mistreating yourself, how you can release that, and how you can move forward. What I'm hearing is that your thoughts keep you trapped. A lot of your guys' thoughts are the ones that mistreat you, so to speak, like put you down. And maybe these thoughts are from other people around you. Maybe those people have said it to you in the past, or maybe they say it about themselves. You know, for example, like some of these thoughts could be like, oh, you're not good enough to do that. Who do you think you are doing that? You know, things like that. But your higher self is saying to release those thoughts and to step into your true power, into your true confidence, and take care of yourself. Build that connection with yourself so that you view yourself in the highest light and not in an egotistical way, because when our ego is hurt, we'll tend to compensate from that by either devaluing ourselves or by devaluing others to make ourselves feel better. But when we don't have a hurt ego, and we've come to heal our ego and we truly value ourselves, we don't feel the need to put others down. We don't feel the need to talk about other people or devalue them, because we know our value, and that's where our strength lies. So we focus on that. And that's what I think your higher self is coming through to say, is like, focus on your value. Don't focus on other people. Focus on your value. Focus on your journey. Focus on your ascension, your inner self, and on your light. And then the last card we have is the Eight of Cups, and that also makes a lot of sense, because it's like walking away from the things that are just not fulfilling you anymore. The things that are not making you feel the best, the things that are undervaluing you. That could be a job too, like finding a job that accepts and respects you. And that starts from you respecting yourself first. So your higher self has come through so strong to be like, pile number 5, you need to start respecting yourself and knowing your true worth. And you already have started this journey, is what I'm seeing. But it's really just about starting to release those thoughts and truly come out and know your value, know your worth, and step away from the things that are not equal to that. And another thing I'm hearing is that this could also deal with relationships. So whatever relationships are in your life, if they don't value you and treat you in a respectful manner, and you're treating yourself in that respectful manner, then mentally distance yourself from those relationships, even if you can't physically distance yourself. Of course, if you can physically distance yourself, that's great, but mentally and emotionally distance yourself from those relationships to where even if they say something or they attempt to disrespect you, it doesn't affect you in any way. It just kind of like you can brush it off, you know? Now let's take 2 cards from this deck to see what other messages your higher self has for you. Okay, let's take another card. Truth transcends illusion. Alright, so we have Bee Spirits, sweet results await. And what's really interesting is that I saw 7, because the battery percentage was 7, and then I also saw the number 7, and right now I'm seeing 7, and I also saw 333 earlier, and then you have 22 here. So there's a lot of like synchronicities in terms of numbers. So pay attention to the numbers you see, 7, 2, or 3. When you see those numbers, I feel like your higher self is going to be trying to like show you signs, whether that's people around you or thoughts that you're having about yourself. Whatever it is, your higher self is going to be sending you signs when you see those things. So pay attention to your thoughts, the people around you, what's happening and all that, because there's going to be a message there. But yes, sweet results await. When you walk away from these types of self-defeating thoughts or people who are disrespecting you, when you mentally and emotionally distance yourself from that, and physically too, you're gonna see the fruits of that. You're gonna see the honey and the nectar of that. And you also have 2 winged creatures here, so it's like you're gonna gain so much freedom, because even with the Judgment card, it looks like these people are coming out of the bubble. They're transcending illusions. They're looking at the truth of things. They're not looking at things from like a rose-colored glass, you know. Sometimes we can get into that mode of being like, well, it's okay, you know, that's just how they are, that's just how I am. My mind, sometimes I just, you know, speak to myself in that way. That's okay, like, it's fine, it's not a big deal. But your higher self is saying it is a big deal, because how you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself, all affects how you view yourself, and then it affects what you think you can accomplish and how you live your life. So your higher self is saying really pay attention to that, and look at things for what they really are. See things, see people, see thoughts, see all of that for what it really is and how it's truly affecting you. You know, see the red flags in the relationships, that the red flags that your higher self is showing you in your relationships. View those things, really start to do those evaluations and seek the truth. Your relationships should always give you the freedom to be who you are. Your higher self is coming through with that message. You should always feel you have the freedom to express your thoughts in a healthy manner, but express your thoughts and your emotions to the people around you and to yourself. Because when you don't, then you don't have true freedom. You're trapped, you know. And so your higher self is saying that in any relationship, whether that's a relationship with yourself or others, you should always have that freedom, and you should walk away when you feel like you no longer have that freedom, or if it's with yourself, you should leave those thoughts behind that are restricting you. Now let's take 2 cards from this deck to get any last message or any more messages from your higher self. Thank you. Is that 1 or 2? Well, I think I think your higher self only wanted to give one, so we're going to take it. And new beginnings. That is so fitting. Like, this is going to lead you to a new beginning, like we were saying with the Page of Pentacles. A new way of viewing yourself. Almost what I'm hearing is like, not a new identity, but a new way of understanding your identities, of viewing yourself in relation to the identities you've come to associate yourself with. There's just some freshness here, some newness. Wow, 44, 22. The number synchronicities are really crazy. So 4 is also going to be significant because 22 also breaks down to a 4, and possibly 8. Either way, 7, 3, 2, and 4. Those numbers, they may have some correlation to you as well. Maybe they're important to you some way, but those are going to be really important. Pay attention to when you see those numbers. Now let's take one card from this deck to get any last message. I'm going to take these two. We have every step counts. And so you have 10 here and the 10 of swords. 10 or that one energy of like the magician energy may also be significant right now. It says there is an advantage in taking things slowly, breathe deeply and fully as you consider your options. So be sure to take time to evaluate these thoughts. And I'm actually getting a message that if some of you are called to pile number 4, you should definitely check it out because I feel like there's a message there for you. The next thing, wow, empower yourself. Tune into your personal power. You are more than able to handle the situation facing you. Allow yourself to be the strong, beautiful person you are capable of being. Pile number 5. We have literally been talking about that. Step into your personal power. Learn and know your true worth. And your true worth does not come from the external world. It comes from within you. So connect to yourself to figure out your true worth and step into your power. Now let's take the last few cards from your higher self. There we go. Okay, we have let go. Enjoy the pulsing light of the firefly, but don't hold on too tight. That's really interesting because you have the dragonfly here, and then the bee here, which is also another flying creature. So freedom, freedom in those relationships, freedom with yourself is really a big theme. And I think letting go, and like the 10 of swords, letting go, releasing any thoughts that are undervaluing you, releasing anything that does not fit to your highest value and your highest good. Then we have transform. Emerge with beauty and grace from your cocoon. Wow, you have new beginnings and transform with the butterfly. That is so wild. Your higher self is saying that this journey right now is so you can step into your new beginning, so you can strengthen yourself, develop that strength, that inner strength to become the new you, almost like, so you can face the challenges presented to you with that inner strength and no longer allow external circumstances to dictate the way you feel about yourself. And then the last card we have is flow. Go with the flow as water trickles down a stream. Do not hurry. So this is not meant to be rushed. Do not rush the process, pile number 5. Your higher self wants you to know that it's okay if it takes some time, but don't rush the process. Don't try to jump into things. Really take your time and evaluate these things. Come to know yourself on that deeper level so you do figure out who you truly are and learn to value yourself at the highest level. Pile number 5, this was a beautiful reading. Thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. I hope you're able to really come to value yourself and know that you are a beautiful and infinite being. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more, be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when I upload. I'm sending you lots of love and light, pile number 5, and I'll catch you in another reading. Bye.